Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Black Girls in Podcast with your girl Alicia. I am sorry for the delay that this episode is coming out late, but y'all, I was on a YouTube live streak, okay? Like, I was on YouTube live from Saturday all the way to Tuesday, and last week I was preparing for the snowstorm that we had. Thank God it was only ice. I was inside. We didn't get our lights shut off. But I was like, I might as well go live. So I hosted my Black Girls Den Salon, the first episode Saturday. It was talking about, is Tokyo Tony jealous of Black China? That video is actually doing good. If you want to check it out, go check it out. Then I got on TikTok and this girl was talking about how she's married and she doesn't see herself going on girls trips. So I decided to talk about that. Then we had the main character Monday, which was already scheduled, about girlfriends. So we did a deep dive into all the main character, like girls on girlfriends. It was me, another podcast host, Antonique. She's the host of Redefine Wellness podcast, and then my other content creator friend Kiwan, and then we also had a therapist on. So we just talked about how we felt about who we related to, how the women were relatable and stuff like that. So if you like that type of stuff, make sure I be telling y'all to tap into the YouTube channel because that's where I be at. Okay. And then as I was doing my TikTok research, I seen everything about the game. And Shanice said that the game trapped her. So I did an episode about that live. And part 2 has came out. So I'm probably going to do another live about that. So, I just felt like I was doing a lot of lives. I also started a new job this week. If you did not know, I work in higher education and I'm an instructional designer. So starting a new job, snowstorm, like it was a lot going on. So I do apologize for this episode being late, but you just gotta work with me. And next week is the 60th episode, y'all. This is the 59th episode, so next week is the 60th episode. It's giving a little sexy little, okay, baby. It's giving a little, we'll see, okay. It's giving 60, okay. So y'all gotta wait, okay. But it's gonna give some, love in the den. It's a little spicy, okay. But you just gotta wait on that. But yeah, this is the 59th episode. So if you have been with me since the first episode, I really appreciate it. But I cannot believe that, okay. Y'all, it's really 2026. All right, it's 2026. So I'm so excited about that. But last year, I did a collab with another podcast, and it was all about how to invest in yourself in 2025. It's called Two Mics. And that episode did really, really good. So this time I want to expand on it about investing in yourself, but also about, setting better goals or just different ways that you can set goals. It doesn't always have to be a vision board, so we are talking about that. And if you can hear this HVAC system, like I said, I'm so sorry. Okay, because it's just loud. But before we get into the episode, everybody has been on Instagram. If you haven't, I'm going to tell you what they're doing, but everyone is doing this like 10 years ago trend on Instagram. And I'm like, whoop, child, where was I 10 years ago? I was in my junior year of college, heading to my senior year. I just turned 21. I was applying for grad schools. And baby, I should have not did that, okay? But I remember studying abroad in Trinidad and Tobago. I remember celebrating my friend's birthday in Atlanta for spring break. I do think I changed my major that year as well. And y'all, I thought $30,000 was a lot of money. Child, let's talk about it. And that's nothing, okay? Especially with this economy, baby. A lot going on. But I wanted to know if y'all miss y'all 2016 self. I turned 21 that year, and I don't really drink, so it wasn't really like a big year to me. And I didn't really get to take a trip because it was around when school started. And long and behold, this year, I'm like, okay, 10 years later, I'm like, I feel like I needed to do a redo. But I still work in higher ed, and it still is around when school starts. So I played myself about that. But I really want to do like a solo trip. If it's out the country, would be really great. But I'm thinking about doing a solo trip inside the country. So, we could do a little redo of my 21 or something like that. I don't know. Or I'm thinking about maybe having like a cabin trip, but you gotta have a lot of friends to have cabin trips. Like you gotta have a group of people. Okay, so we'll see about that. But yeah, let me know. Would y'all want to go 10 years back or 10 years forward? I feel like I will go 10 years back because I would want to change some things. You always don't know what the future is, so it's kind of scary to see what's going to happen in the future. But like, if I got to go back 10 years, I feel like there's some things that I would do differently that could probably change the trajectory of where I'm at right now. So let me know how you all feel about that. So yeah. I was so proud of myself because I set a goal to go to the gym like 5 times a week like for this, hopefully this whole year, right? Okay. But I did it once. I did it last week and then child, the snowstorm done took me up. But if you know, you know, y'all, the girls are listening to this. It's so hard to go on your, for me, it's so hard to go to the gym when I'm on my cycle. Like I just be wanting to sleep. Like, ooh, I just be wanting to sleep. So the last 2 days of going to the gym was definitely a struggle. But while I was at the gym, I joined a virtual Bible study. And the lesson was about nourishment. And we were just talking about how we cultivate nourishment. And long story short, we were talking about health and wellness. And so many women were just talking about their experiences with healthcare. And I was talking about my experiences with my friends. And I just feel like there's so much information that we don't know about health and wellness. And with healthcare, you know, they focus on insurance and claims and not human beings. I'm just like, we really have to figure out how to nourish ourselves first from food, our community, and, you know, even our spirit. So I'm trying to work on like changing my morning routine. Hopefully, you know, like just nourishing, like just giving positive vibes to start my morning, you know, try to get up, try to pray. I'm thinking about doing some affirmations, but instead of like, you know, listening to YouTube, but I'm still listening to YouTube. So maybe I'll just do my affirmations on YouTube. Okay. But starting a new job, child, I got to go to work earlier. So I'm like, I got to go to sleep earlier. And baby, it just, you know, it just all comes down to that. But that goes all into wellness. So I'll let y'all know how that goes. My first quarter, though, I'm taking a social media break from not posting on social media. I'm trying not to scroll either, but, you know, that's a little harder. But I'm saying all this to say because when you think about goals, like, you just kind of have to navigate them and fix them to you because they all, like, one size doesn't fit all. So with me, I'm breaking up my goals into quarters, which would be, like, every 12 weeks. So quarter. So I'm focusing on quarterly goals. And then at the end, I will reward myself. Like if I go to the gym so many times this quarter, I will do a staycation. So that I can, you know, not have to wait to the end of the year to wait for this one big goal. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you know, trying to set goals that I can achieve, like not waiting on it on a vision board, but waiting on it for like the time of like, okay, 12 weeks. Okay, did you hit this? Did you not hit this? If you listen to the previous episode, I talked about a YouTube channel, which was my living solo episode. I talked about a YouTube channel called Life in Numbers. Well, the lady's name is Simone, and I've been following her for a little bit, and she does a bingo card instead. And so she went over all of her goals. And she achieved them. So she got bingo. I don't know what she rewarded herself with, but I was like, oh, that's so cool. And so I decided like, I want to do a bingo card instead of a vision board card because as y'all seen, baby, the vision board that I had, we still need to work on it. So I was like, let me do smaller ones. So, I decided to share with y'all, like, I want to know, have y'all ever did a bingo card? You could do it digitally. I wrote mine out on paper, and then you just, you know, cross it out whenever you you check it off. I feel like you can decide however you want to do the bingo. If you want it to be corners, across, down, or diagonal, or even the whole board, you know, give yourself a challenge. But yeah, so I'm going to set small quarterly goals to reward myself. And if I get bingo, I'll reward myself with something big. You know, I haven't really decided on what, but I'm really focused on like the small quarter goals right now. And I wanted to share with y'all some, like, I would say goals, but like some boxes that I'm doing for Black Girls Den. I have my own personal ones, but since, this is the podcast, I wanted to kind of share some of the squares that I want to put on the podcast, or for the podcast, to see if I can get bingo with Black Girls Den, okay? I have my own personal bingo board, but y'all, that's just a lot. So, I wanted to just, share with y'all some of the, I guess, squares that I'm going to have on my Black Girls Den bingo card. And I would love for y'all to share it with me as well. As I say, on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, I do read the DMs. I do read the comments and everything. So, just, help your girl out, okay? Just engage your girl. So, I'm going to put on my bingo card, like, one thing I wrote was having an episode out every week, 52 episodes, okay? And look at me already struggling. But it's okay, because this is going to get out, okay? I want to go live every month with my YouTube series that I was talking about earlier. So I have a Black Girls Den Salon. That's twice a month on Saturdays, Main Character Mondays, and First Sunday. So this first Sunday, I'll be talking about platonic relationships versus romantic relationships on Sunday. So I'm trying to go live at least once a week, every week. That was going to be big because I'm already struggling. But I've been doing good this week. My next goal is to reach 4,000 watch hours on my YouTube channel. And then also 500 subscribers. So, if you are a YouTube girlies, please subscribe and watch, okay? Also, I really want to reach 2,000 downloads on Black Girls Den, the podcast. Like, I want to reach downloads from the podcasting app as well. I want to host a fifth Sunday event in real life. I'm planning that'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm trying to plan an event around fifth Sunday. I also want to host a Black Girls Brunch. Hopefully, I can do it for Women's History Month. Fingers crossed. I also want to host a virtual event. These are things that I want to do, but these are going on my bingo card. I'm writing them in the boxes. So these are things I want to do, but they all might not happen, right? Okay. Because this next one is very big. It's interview a celebrity guest. Okay, so that is definitely on my bingo card, but we're gonna see if it happens. If anybody has any plugs, let your girl know, okay? The next one is build an engaged community and have audience participation. That's why I want to do more like in-person and virtual events. I have a couple ideas that I want to do. I'm thinking about creating like a dinner club. I think it'd be really, really cool. But I also want to have my community like tap in and share things that they want to do and stuff like that. I want to collab with another podcast, which I've already done that with Redefined Wellness Podcast. Antonique, I'm going to be on her podcast actually next week. I'll tell y'all a little bit more about that next week, I guess. I want to grow my social media numbers on Instagram, TikTok, I guess, and Facebook. I want to grow it, but intentionally grow it. So that'll be good. I would love to host a live show. Like I said, it's just on the board. We're going to see. I would love to create a video series for the Black Girls Den. Just have it more going to from like a podcast to like YouTube or like, TV or something like that. I think that would be really, really cool. I want to interview a writer or an actress. So stay tuned. I want to build a system so I'm not burnt out doing this podcast because I am the only host. So I want to be able to, not burn out and have a system that works for me. I want to create a Patreon. Also, I'm thinking about finding a podcast co-host for a series that I'm working on. And I want to, me personally, find a podcast community in real life or virtual for Black Girls Den. And then I want to create a safe space for Black women. And then be a guest on another podcast. So I guess that's what I'm more of. I'm more of a guest on the podcast. I didn't collab with the podcast, so let's insert that in right here. um, Maybe create a game like a Black Girls Den game. I have ideas for that, and then sign to a network. So that is what is on my bingo card. We're gonna see at the end of the year. I'm gonna have to come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to come back to let y'all know what I did check off, if I did get bingo, if I didn't get bingo. But yeah, I would love to hear, some of y'all's goals in the comments. I would love to know if y'all did a vision board or if y'all are doing a bingo. Let me know. Have you tried something new or do you not do vision boards? I know some people who don't do vision boards, they just write their goals down. But I think it's important to invest in ourselves, no matter what we do. So if you want to do a bingo card for your business, a bingo card for your wellness or your self-care, I think it's very, very important to just kind of write down your goals and see them, or if you even put them in your phone, but just write them down to kind of see what you want to do and where you want to be, and just kind of continue them. I'm continuing a lot of the things that I want to do from last year to this year. And so I'm just being more intentional, creating things to actually have down, and wanting to do. So I would love to know what y'all think about that and what y'all are doing for that. So that really is the bingo card. Something new to me, but I think it's been around a little bit more. Because I've seen a couple people do it. It's been really big, within this new year, 2026. We'll see. There's always a trend. Something else is in 2027. But that's really what I have for this episode today. I know I talked a little bit about it earlier when we first got in there. I forgot to tell y'all, I was shoveling snow. I said, this is a woman in a male dominant field. I hope y'all are warm and safe because that snow is rude, okay? That snow and that ice is so freaking rude. I'm so salty about it. Yeah, but I know I said it a little bit earlier, but definitely I'm trying to get the girls on YouTube. I know this is a podcast, but I'm trying to build the community. And I really want to see you all on YouTube. I am a guest on the Redefining Wellness podcast. That's what I was saying, is with Neek. It's coming out next Thursday. Like I said, I'll remind y'all. But y'all can go check her YouTube channel out. She has a podcast as well. You can go listen to it on the podcast platform, just any episode. We're talking about music, TV shows, and, just a little good Black girl kiki, you know what I'm saying? So that should be fun. I really want to, connect with y'all more. And just kind of, learn to see what y'all want. If y'all want to do stuff virtual, if you're in the surrounding area, if you want to do stuff in person, yes, I just, want to chat with y'all and see what's best. I'm thinking about hosting virtual happy hours. Let me know if that's an interest. And that'll be like on a Friday where we, you get a little drinky drink. It's home. It's at home. It's virtual. Turn your camera on. You can't turn your, or you don't have to turn your camera on. We drink. We talk. It's just like a wind down kind of. But Wednesdays was a little busy for me, so we couldn't really do that. Yes, so I think that's exciting. I'm going to go live on Sunday, so make sure you stay tuned if you are not. Okay, stay tuned. And like I said, this is the 59th episode, so get ready for the 60th episode. It's going to be all about love, and then we're going to be talking about romantic love and, different things like that. It's going to be from the media perspective. Every 10 episodes, I try to do something that's really Black women focused in the media, something for the culture. So I'm thinking about doing something with Essence and a movie. So just stay tuned because, my creative juices are flowing and I really need to get to that episode. But yeah, February is the love month. So let me know. Y'all got a little boo? Is y'all, y'all doing something for Galentine's? Last year I did a Galentine's event. This year I'm not doing a Galentine's event, but I am going out of town for Valentine's Day weekend. I'm going to a little city, okay? A little city. I'm doing a little weekend trip, you know what I'm saying? But I can't tell y'all too much. Can't tell you too much. I'm just playing though. But, get y'all wine ready because we're going to have a little good time for the 60th episode. And then after the 60th episode, that is where I'm doing the series Small Town Girl, Big Girl Dreams that I've been talking about. I'm so excited because y'all going to get them out on Wednesday, baby, because those are already recorded, edited, and everything, okay? We will not have no more delays. Now, I won't promise y'all, please give me grace, but I am doing the best I can with what I got. And that's all we can do, honey, okay? So I definitely hope you enjoy this episode. If you have not listened to the How to Invest in Yourself in 2025, that was more personal development. We're talking about like business and money and stuff like that. I will link that in this episode. Then you can go back and go listen to it if you want to. But I wanted to bring this back because I thought that it was, a good episode last year and y'all liked it. But I just wanted to, give a little spin on this, this 2026 year. And then 2027, we'll see what's going on when that comes around. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great weekend. I hope to, see you all again if you're on the YouTube, or I hope to be in your ears next week. If you are not subscribed though, like if you're not subscribed to the podcast, please subscribe, okay? I need y'all to get these notifications. Share this with a friend of a friend. Make sure y'all rate it. Make sure y'all leave a review. Because 2026 we are going up. And we are excited to chat with y'all. So let me know if you're going to do your bingo card. Let me know if you did your vision board. Just slide into the DMs, child, okay? Just let your girl know, all right? Black Girls Den Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, all right? We are waiting to hear from you, period. Thank y'all so much. Have a great rest of y'all day, night, morning, whenever you listen to this episode. And I'll see you next week. Bye.